evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader. Today is Tuesday, February the 14th, 2023. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, 2 Tullahoma high schoolers receive honors. The governor is making plans to extend TennCare coverage. And we conclude our coverage of Tullahoma's Sports Hall of Fame induction banquet. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader. The Duck River Watershed Society wants to invite you to our second annual spring cleanup on Saturday, March 4th at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on ensuring the Duck River Watershed continues to benefit those who live, work, and recreate on it. We need volunteers to help with cleaning up parts of Normandy Lake down to the winter water drawdown line. Sign up at our website, duckriverwatershedsociety.com, and help do your part.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Owning and transporting firearms is a responsibility that should not be taken lightly. In 2021, there were 4,818 firearms stolen from motor vehicles in Tennessee.
Some of those were then used in violent crimes. It is imperative that you keep your gun out of sight and secured when it is stored in your parked vehicle.
If you must store a firearm in an unattended vehicle, make sure it's in the trunk, glove box, or the interior of your vehicle in a secured lockbox. Secure your gun properly when parking in a public area. Securing your gun properly when you're not carrying it is not only the responsible thing to do, but also the law.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tullahoma High School senior Marissa Drummond received exciting news when she was notified that she is this year's recipient of the Silver Key Award from the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Drummond's accolade stems from a poem she penned titled Die Twice. Earlier this school year, Tullahoma High School art teacher Kelly Orr encouraged her National Art Honor Society students to submit some of their writings or artwork to the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Orr said, quote, "I encourage my students to take any opportunity that is given to them. When I find out about exhibits, contests, workshops, or anything of that nature that will help them excel, learn, or grow as a student, I will always push for them to participate." The Scholastic Art and Writing Award is the nation's longest-running and most prestigious recognition program for creative teens, and it is such an honor for her to receive the Silver Key Award. Marissa is creative in so many ways. I know she will continue to amaze us with her talent after she graduates in May, end quote. According to Drummond, she submitted some of her artwork and some additional writing samples. However, she never expected to win an award, but was extremely honored knowing that her words impacted the judges. Drummond said, quote, "Winning this award doesn't necessarily validate my skills as a writer. I'm confident in those. Really, this verifies that what I say means something to somebody else. What I say can make a difference. I've always known that, but I've never really felt it until now. I'd never felt more sad, empty, or worthless in my life than I did at that point," Drummond said. "I wondered what other people's lives might be like if I was not around. I wrote this poem as a way to express all of that built-up negativity. Even though I thought living was tough at that time, I knew my life would turn around and that my life would get better," end quote. For Drummond, she uses artwork and writing as a way to express herself creatively, particularly when it comes to discussing difficult subjects and personal matters. In 2021, Drummond found herself going through hardships, or what she referred to as an incredibly rough patch. During that time, she just started writing, and what came from her turned into an award-winning poem. Her senior year of high school has been full of memorable moments, with the Silver Key Award being the latest of Drummond's accomplishments. This past summer, Drummond was selected to attend the Les Tapies Arts and Architecture program in France. In the coming fall, she will begin pursuing her Bachelor of Architecture degree from LSU with the aid of a $98,200 grant she received from the university. "I'm incredibly excited and I cannot wait to move into this chapter of my life," Drummond exclaimed. After learning the news of Drummond's award, THS Principal Jason Quick was thrilled. According to Quick, it has been rewarding to see all the hard work that Drummond has put into her academics. The Scholastic Art and Writing Awards are presented by the Alliance for Young Artists and Writers. The Alliance is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to identify students with exceptional artistic and literary talent and present their remarkable work to the world through the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. These awards give students opportunities for recognition, exhibition, publication, and scholarships. In 2022, students from across the United States and Canada entered more than 260,000 original works in 28 categories. Esteemed alums of the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards include Andy Warhol, Stephen King, Charles White, Joyce Carol Oates, and Kay Walkingstick. Drummond said, quote, "Knowing that some of the alumni of the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards are incredibly influential people from the art and writing world makes the award I won all the more special. I don't intend on becoming a world-renowned poet, but knowing that people as acclaimed as Warhol or King does add an extra level of significance to it," end quote. And we'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
The Duck River Watershed Society wants to invite you to our second annual spring cleanup on Saturday, March 4th at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on ensuring the Duck River Watershed continues to benefit those who live, work, and recreate on it. We need volunteers to help with cleaning up parts of Normandy Lake down to the winter water drawdown line. Sign up at our website, duckriverwatershedsociety.com, and help do your part.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Parkview Senior Living. Active, independent senior living at its finest.
Welcome back. At last weekend's Tullahoma Sports Authority Hall of Fame induction ceremony, wrestler John Welsh was recognized.
Our next inductee from 2022 is going to say a few words. Great wrestler, Mr. John Welsh.
I think there's three things that any athlete needs in order to be successful. The first is to have some amount of athleticism and natural ability. The second would be to, be willing to put in the work and to improve and have the discipline to improve themselves in a specific area. And the third, which I think I might argue is the most important, is to have a community of encouragement surrounding that athlete. And I think about when I was my youth and when my athletic career, and it's hard for me to express just how lucky I was to have grown up in Tullahoma. and to have the resources and the facilities and just the support of this community, throughout my time in sports. And I had such tremendous encouragement from my family. I had so many great coaches. Two of my 3 high school coaches are actually being inducted tonight. Coach Winningham from track, Coach Mathis from cross country, and the third coach, Jeff Lester, who's in, I think, his 27th year coaching wrestling here. Couldn't make it tonight. They're at the state dual tournament, currently wrestling for 5th place, I think. And I had so many teammates and mentors and friends. There's no way I could mention everyone tonight. And I know not all the inductees from last year could make it tonight, and I can't speak for all of them, but I did just want to take a second to acknowledge that 1965 basketball team. And I think about, whatever moderate accomplishments I had in running and in wrestling, and it seems pretty small when you think about the kind of progress and societal changes that team helped to bring forward. So I did just want to, call them out and recognize them. And I'll close by saying I think it's great what the Sports Council is doing to recognize all the athletes and sporting figures being acknowledged, being honored tonight. And it's amazing to see so many athletes from different sports, from different generations, and from different backgrounds. And hopefully this can be motivation for our future generations of Tullahoma athletes. So thank you all.
Our last person who was inducted into the Tullahoma Sports Authority Hall of Fame was THS baseball coach Jerry Mathis.
Our third 2022 inductee who will say a few words is Tullahoma High School baseball coach Jerry Mathis.
First of all, I'd like to recognize and tell those of 2023 you are to be congratulated. Proud of you. But let me tell you something. People ask me many times, said, Jerry Mathis, how in the world did you get to be the baseball coach at Tullahoma? You're a Franklin County boy. I found that out real quick when I was coaching Tullahoma, my first trip to Franklin County. We got off the bus, and all those fans up there were calling me traitor and everything else you could think about. But that's okay, because they had trouble beating us. I remember when I came to Tullahoma, I stopped first in Manchester. They offered me the job at Manchester. I came then to Tullahoma. He offered me the job, and I said, I think I'll stay in Tullahoma. Just a more attractive job than the one in Manchester. So I took the job, and I went to Jack Jolly, who was the baseball coach, and I said, Jack, I'd like to help you in baseball if you don't mind. He said, well, Jerry, you understand there's not an assistant coach supplement for baseball in Tullahoma. I said, that's okay. I'll do it for nothing. So I did. I went to Mr. McClure when Jack Jolly got ready to give up his reins as baseball coach. I went to Mr. McClure, who then was the principal, Creed McClure, and I said, Creed, I would like to be your baseball coach. And he said, well, we use the baseball supplement to hire football coaches. I said, well, that doesn't surprise me. But anyway, I said, well, so what you're telling me is if you hire a baseball coach, it has to be a football. Well, that's the way it is now. I said, well, I just want you to know that I would like to have the job. He said, okay. 2 days later, he came back and he said, Jerry, I went and talked to Mr. Garrison, who then was the superintendent of schools. He said, Mr. Garrison said, give it to you. Said, we don't have an assistant football coach who wants it. I said, okay, I'll take it. And I said, now, Mr. McClure, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to stick my foot right in my mouth, bigger than you know. And I found out later I did. And I said, Mr. McClure, I tell you what I'll do. I said, you give me this job. In 3 years, if we do not win, I'll give it back to you. He said, well, you won't have to do that, but okay. First year, we were district champions. Second year, we were district runner-up. Third year, we were state runner-up. Fourth year, we were state champions. People will say, yeah, you know, and John run into this quite a bit. You've got great coaches. Let me tell you what you have to have. You have to have great athletes. I've had the other as well, great athletes, great coaches. They go together. If you've got the athletes to work with, like at this 90 team, it's going to be recognized now, they were phenomenal. But they're easy to work with, easy for me to handle. And so that's how I got the job at Tullahoma. And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, thank you.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
It's not Invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. Rolling and growing, getting bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
The Duck River Watershed Society wants to invite you to our second annual spring cleanup on Saturday, March 4th at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on ensuring the Duck River watershed continues to benefit those who live, work, and recreate on it. We need volunteers to help with cleaning up parts of Normandy Lake down to the winter water drawdown line. Sign up at our website, duckriverwatershedsociety.com, and help do your part. Welcome back. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee gave his State of the State address last week. Among the subjects mentioned in his address were plans to extend the postpartum medical care for TennCare recipients, improve Tennessee roads, and waive sales tax collections on groceries from August 1st to October 31st. Let's watch the clips released by the governor's office.
Now, in the last 4 years, we have extended postpartum care for mothers to 12 months. We provided support for thousands more Tennesseans who are living with disabilities. We've offered comprehensive dental benefits for TennCare recipients for the first time in the state's history. And now with a pro-family landscape in the background, using just the savings from this first year, we will further strengthen postpartum coverage, providing services to over 5,000 more mothers, close the coverage gap for parents, and reach an additional 10,000 children. In total, offering services to nearly 25,000 more women, children, and parents in need. In recent months, we have taken a closer look at transportation needs in this state, and I appreciate those of you who have engaged in the conversation thus far. It is time to invest in a transportation strategy for one of the fastest growing states in the country. We cannot solve this problem with debt or higher taxes, but we have to do something. Right now, there is a $26 billion backlog of projects across the state. Simply put, we are way behind. And we have to change the way we fund and build our roads and our bridges. We know that we have to tackle big urban projects, but if we don't change our strategy, we also know who will end up paying the price, our rural communities. And that's why I'm introducing the Transportation Modernization Act, a plan to engage public-private partnerships, to build additional choice lanes on urban highways, to ensure electric vehicle owners pay their share in maintaining our roads, and to provide a delivery model that builds rural and urban projects faster, all without the burden falling on Tennessee taxpayers. decades of smart fiscal stewardship have enabled us not only to weather national storms, but do so while maintaining a healthy savings account and cutting taxes for Tennesseans. So this year, we're cutting taxes again. Last August, we gave Tennessee families a 1-month break from grocery taxes to provide relief amid the nationwide inflation. We should do that again this year, but let's extend it to 3 consecutive months.
We'll be right back with more news after these messages.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
The Duck River Watershed Society wants to invite you to our 2nd annual spring cleanup on Saturday, March 4th at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on ensuring the Duck River Watershed continues to benefit those who live, work, and recreate on it. We need volunteers to help with cleaning up parts of Normandy Lake down to the winter water drawdown line. Sign up at our website, duckriverwatershedsociety.com, and help do your part.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. For the third consecutive year, Tullahoma High School freshman Joaquin Tinaglia Canute has been honored as one of the brightest students in the world by the Johns Hopkins Center for Talented Youth. This year's honor comes after Joaquin put together an exceptional performance on the SAT, ACT, school and college ability test, or a similar assessment taken as part of the Center for Talented Youth Talent Search. The Center for Talented Youth uses above-grade level testing to identify advanced students worldwide to help provide a clear picture of their academic abilities. In total, more than 15,300 students from 76 countries joined the Center for Talented Youth in the 2021-2022 Talent Search year. Less than 27% of those participants qualified for the Center for Talented Youth ceremony, receiving either high or grand honors based on their test scores. TCS Director of Schools, Dr. Katrine Stevens, said, quote, "To receive this honor once is incredible enough, but 3 straight years is absolutely astonishing. I'm proud of the hard work and dedication that Joaquin has shown in his academics. I'm thrilled about the accomplishments and cannot wait to see what the future holds for him," end quote. This year marked the 2nd virtual ceremony for the Center for Talented Youth honorees. Family and friends from around the world joined the celebration, which included congratulatory remarks, a photo booth, a social wall, and live informational breakout sessions. Center for Talented Youth Executive Director Dr. Amy Shelton said, quote, "This is not just recognition of our students' success on one test, but a salute to their love of discovery and learning and all the knowledge they have accumulated in their young lives so far. It is exciting to think about all the ways in which they will use that potential to discover their passions, engage in rewarding and enriching experiences, and achieve remarkable things in their communities and in the world," end quote. Honorees also qualified for Center for Talented Youth's online and on-campus summer programs. Center for Talented Youth offers more than 250 online courses for advanced students, grades 2 through 12, in subjects including mathematics, computer programming, chemistry, physics, reading, and writing. Center for Talented Youth will also host two on-campus summer course sessions at sites across the U.S. this year, including Johns Hopkins University, Loyola Marymount University, and the University of California, Santa Cruz. And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. On this week's show, we'll have Hope from the Chamber of Commerce, Connor Austell with some Valentine's music, and believe it or not, a pair of baby kangaroos. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
I feel like we're safe at Parkview.
There's somebody on staff all the time. So if you need help, help is there.
We are surrounded with people that are looking after us and taking care of us.
The staff is wonderful and always available. We feel so safe and secure here.
I feel safe at Parkview all the time.
The Duck River Watershed Society wants to invite you to our second annual spring cleanup on Saturday, March 4th at the Fire Lake Public Use and Boat Ramp. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on ensuring the Duck River watershed continues to benefit those who live, work, and recreate on it. We need volunteers to help with cleaning up parts of Normandy Lake down to the winter water drawdown line. Sign up at our website, duckriverwatershedsociety.com, and help do your part.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1962 at 72 degrees. The record low was in 1905 at negative 22 degrees. The average high for this day is 52, and the average low is 32. Rain moving in tonight and windy for a low of 55. Intermittent rain for Wednesday with a high of 68 and a low of 59, and rain should be moving out on Thursday with a high of 66 and a low of 30. And that's our news leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. Stay safe and have a great evening.